This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Steve Irvin with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Hacienda Healthcare will have to pay more than $11 million after two former executives were indicted, accused of falsifying millions in Medicare claims. This is not related to what happened at the facility when an incapacitated woman living there in 2018 gave birth to a child after being raped. Tomorrow, the president of ASU set to address concerns among students and the community as the school sees a rash of coronavirus cases just in the first 2 weeks of in-person classes. More than 800 students and staff have tested positive so far, but those numbers are now 3 days old, and ASU officials have not answered our request for updated data. According to the state, infections in the under 20 age group are growing faster than any other.
We're not seeing the spread, tied back to egregious behavior or big parties or anything like that. It's just, I think, smaller get-togethers or, students, hanging out in residence halls.
The school is currently relocating students to better spread them out among the dorms. About 12,000 students live across ASU's 4 campuses, but they have space for about 5,000 more. The Department of Health Services says tomorrow Maricopa and Pima counties may hit the state's recommended benchmarks for hybrid learning. The health department updates metrics for schools and businesses every Thursday, but for schools, these benchmarks are not mandatory. Today, the Arizona Interscholastic Association endorsed the latest guidelines for high school sports to get started. That means all sports that have already started practice and games can continue. And football now has the option of starting practice as early as Labor Day.
We have had metrics that have begun going down over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. They have been going in a positive direction, especially for the sport of football. We would not have been able to make this decision until this time right now based on the metrics. So the metrics have gotten to a place that we can start football practice.
This will be a living document that can be updated per recommendations as we move through the COVID pandemic.
The guidelines that were approved today are basically a blueprint for protocols that promote hygiene and a safe environment for athletics and practice to compete. A COVID-19 vaccine trial happening in Arizona, moving into phase 3 now. Participants just got their second dose of the Moderna vaccine. Roughly 30,000 people across the country are part of these trials, hoping to prove it is safe and effective. Early trial participants showed higher levels of antibodies against the virus. In the next week, some Valley neighborhoods will be asked to take part in a groundbreaking study to find out just how many people have really had the coronavirus. The county health department announcing plans for a serosurvey. They're looking for 500 people to take a COVID-19 antibody test so officials can estimate how many people have really had the illness, but didn't know about it at any point. It's the first step in determining how many people will need a vaccine before life can return to normal. Taking part in the serosurvey is completely voluntary, and officials say only Maricopa County Public Health will have access to any of your personal information. We know so many Arizonans are struggling with employment during the pandemic, from finding a new position to a completely new career. It can be difficult to stand out. That's why the Rebound Arizona team is taking action to help get your questions answered about where to look for gigs, how to update your resume, tips for a virtual job interview, and so much more. Investigator Megan Thompson will be leading a virtual town hall with a panel of big-name companies and their talent recruiters, including State Farm, Honor Health, Goodwill, and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona. It's tomorrow at noon, live on ABC 15's Facebook page.
Tracking your most accurate forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, and temperatures are heating up for the rest of the week. Take a look at tomorrow. Will be several degrees hotter than where we ended up today, with Phoenix up to 107 around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Temperatures will start out in the 80s early on, but hit the 100s by noon, and they'll be even hotter out to the northwest, where we expect spots like Quartzsite, Lake Havasu City, and Bullhead City to top 110 degrees for tomorrow. Heading into Labor Day weekend, excessive excessive heat warnings kick in for a huge chunk of our state, including right here in the valley. We're expecting near record-setting temperatures this Labor Day weekend with those warnings Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So those will be weather action days. Make sure you're taking action to stay safe, staying hydrated, and keeping your pets inside too. We then see temperatures drop toward the middle of next week, and we could even see some valley spots down in the upper 90s by Wednesday or Thursday.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.